Alright, so today I'm going to show you guys how to start up a set of our gas logs. These are the most common set that we install in new houses. So before you start the fireplace, you'll need to make sure that the gas is on. There will be a red handle somewhere inside the fireplace that your gas shut off. Make sure that the gas line is parallel with the handle. So I've taken off some of the logs just to make sure everything is a little more visible for you guys, but you don't have to take off the logs to start everything. So to light the pilot, first thing we'll do is we'll look over here to this knob all the way to the right. We got a little arrow over at 3 o'clock and it'll point to one of three positions. We have off, pilot, and on. So right now the arrow is pointed in the off position, so we're going to try to turn it to the pilot position. Now, it won't let us turn it on its own. We actually have to push it in about halfway, and then it'll allow us to turn it to the pilot position. Now, with it in the pilot position, we're going to push it all the way in. If the gas is open, you'll actually be able to hear a little bit of a whistle sound coming from right here. So, with the gas flowing, you'll also come over here, and you've got this button that says igniter that creates a spark right up here. So with this button held down, feeding it gas, you'll hit the spark and it'll light. Now it can take several minutes to light it if it's not been lit before. It could take 5, 10, upwards of 15 minutes to light that pilot light sometimes. But you're going to hold this button down the whole time, feeding it gas, and even after this lights, you got to hold this for about 30 more seconds. It's got to heat up a couple sensors to make sure that it's working. So after about 30 seconds, you can let go of this button and the pilot should stay lit. If it doesn't, push it back in, click it some more times, and you should be able to get it lit. Now, the next thing you'll need to do is you'll need to come back to this knob one more time, you'll push in, you'll turn it to the on position. Now, that's all you have to do to light the pilot light. Most people light their pilot lights in October and then they turn them off around March or April. But you've got a couple other things I want to show you right here. The first thing is you have this little flip switch right here. Now, on all of ours, we typically install either a remote or a switch. And so if we have done one of those things, then you will leave this in the off position. So just leave this in the off position. If you do not have a remote, do not have a switch, you can flip on you can flip this switch to turn it on. You also have this knob right here. There's a little arrow about 6 o'clock, and you can use this to raise and lower the flame height. But the one thing I will say is when you're working with any of this stuff, when you're down here with the fireplace, make sure whatever switch you're using to turn it on with, that's in the off position. You don't want this to turn on and while you're here working with it. But after you light that pilot light, it can take up to 3 minutes before it'll let the main fireplace come on, the main flame come on. So after you've let that, give it those 3 minutes. After that, you should be able to go to your wall switch, flip it, and it should come right on. The only other couple things will be if you did take the logs off for any reason, make sure they go back in the right spots. You'll actually see there are cutoffs in certain areas for the logs to go, but also so the logs can go in between the flames. So just be looking out for that. If you have any questions, should have a manual. If you don't, we'll get you. So thank you. Have a good day.